This is my 2024 finale for the fun-sized Pan That palette. I'm going to show you the palette, go back to where we started, tell you how many uses, and then we're going to talk about the progress that I've made on this palette. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. I'm really happy that you're here, but I'm really happy that this is the finale for this eyeshadow palette. This is my fun size palette for 2024. It is very reflective, sorry, and I have a ton of lights up here. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Quad. This is what she's looking like. I am very happy with all of those big shiny pans. I am ecstatic at my progress this year because while I do not hate pan things, I did not enjoy. But I was bound determined I was going to get as much use as I can out of this palette. Before we go any further, I usually do this little baby update with my Love Your Eyeshadows project. I did not use any of my Love Your Eyeshadows shades this past month. And I'm just letting that just fizzle out a little bit because I knew I wasn't going to bring back that project this year. And I'm doing something a little different with my shadows. My Beauty A to Z comes out on the 1st, shameless plug, on the 1st, January 1st. Yeah. So right now I am just trying to get through all of my finales by the end of the year. Where I work, this was peak season and we were very busy. And so a lot of my finale updates are late, super late, but let's go back to this. Let's go back. So the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Quad. This will be going in the trash. I actually thought about taking the two mattes because I didn't hate the mattes. I didn't hate them. I didn't love them, but I didn't hate them. And little tiny rant, I don't know where or how they charge $55 for this quad. If you love this type of color story, go spend $27 on the Natasha Denona Mini Starlet. That is, you are going to get so much more for your money than this palette. The mattes, like I said, I didn't hate them. The shimmers are garbage. Garbage. Terrible. No payoff. Let's swatch it. Want to? Let's swatch it. So this is shade number 1. Barely see it. Shade number 2. Not terrible. That was a decent transition shade. This is shade number 3, which is the first thing that I hit pan in. There is that. That's just not pretty. It's just not pretty. And then shade number 4 is a matte also. And that was an okay crease shade. That's how I used this. That's how I used this palette. I used this in the transition, this in the crease. I used this as an inner corner. And this, the reason I hit pan in it so quickly is because I had to dig in it with my finger in order to get any payoff whatsoever. Like, there is no payoff on that. So I will not be finishing this palette. I will be throwing this palette in the trash. I did not pay for this palette. This was given to me from a friend who did not like it. And they said that, you know, I was welcome to try it. So they sent it to me and I used it once just for a look. And I was like, oh yeah, that's not bad. And then when I actually sat down to pan this palette, I realized that it was just not a good formula. Not a good formula. So I'm going to put on the screen what it looked like last month and what it's looking like now. You can see some of those pans have been expanded quite a bit. That makes me happy. So since the last update, shade 1 has been used 6 times, always as an inner corner. Shade number 2 has been used 7 times. Shade number 3 has been used 6 times. And shade number 4 has been used 4 times. This is what it looked like when I first brought it in. it had been used one time. That's it, just one time. And of course, what it's looking like now, shade number 1 has a total of 66 uses. Shade number 2 has a total of 83 uses. Shade number 3 has a total of 50 uses. And shade number 4 has a total of 72 uses. You guys, I'm calling this a win. I'm calling this a win because I did hit pan. I should do it this way. That way you can see them in order. Because I hit pan on every shade. And you know what? That makes me happy. I got considerable use out of that palette. So while I'm not doing a pan that palette on my channel for 2025, because I've taken my projects way down, I will be kind of doing one in the background on Instagram. It is the Fantastic Ladies, and it is a very well-loved palette. I have a well-loved palette that I'm going to try to finish. So let me know, did you work on panning a palette this year? How did you do? Because I feel like as long as you've hit pan, then that's a success because it takes quite a bit of time. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until next time, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.